Civil servants and their creepy obsession with Justin Trudeau. I'm Brian Lilly with Rebel.media. In dictatorships or one-party states, the people are supposed to honor and revere the leader. They post pictures of him everywhere. There's a bit of a worship cult, at least among party loyalists and even in some of the general population. We don't have that in Canada, despite Justin Trudeau's admiration of China's basic dictatorship or his creepy feelings towards the Castro family in Cuba. But among one part of the Canadian population, there does exist a creepy and embarrassing hero worship of our current leader. I'm talking about our civil servants and their slavish love for Justin Trudeau. We saw it on display when he showed up last year at Global Affairs, as they call it now, the so-called impartial civil servants. They couldn't help but clap and applaud as Trudeau and his cabinet walked through the building. They couldn't get enough selfies with him. Well, now we have another example. Two, actually. They're posting of a billboard of their dear leader in China, and you won't believe this one or how much they embarrass themselves doing it. Embassy officials freaking out at the idea of having a Justin Trudeau cardboard cutout that people could get their photos taken with. Now, their emails reveal them to be fanboys and fangirls cheering like the latest heartthrob obsession being profiled in Tiger Beat. It's really unbecoming of a so-called professional civil service. I mean, what's next? Are we going to have a government photo exhibit of Justin Trudeau looking at things the way the North Koreans have for Kim Jong-un? First, let's deal with this billboard that we, the Canadian taxpayers, paid for to go up just outside of our embassy in China. It was posted to mark Trudeau's visit to China. Now remember, this is a government that promised to end partisan advertising paid for by taxpayers. I don't know about you, but a giant photo of the Prime Minister holding two pandas says more about him and the Liberals than it does say about Canada as a country. But that is exactly what they put up. They produced a billboard with Trudeau's smiling face holding two pandas at the Toronto Zoo. Trudeau may not have asked for this. This may have all been the work of so-called nonpartisan diplomatic staff at our embassy in Beijing. But the PMO was consulted, as we can see in the email chain. It also appears that PMO staffers were part of the process of picking the photos, complaining, oh, that one's not the best. We don't know that for sure because the name of the individual in question is blacked out. So this billboard with the Government of Canada word mark on the bottom right corner was posted on the wall of our embassy in Beijing. All to hail dear leader, I guess. Oh, but by the way, when asked about advertising in Beijing by the embassy, the Trudeau Liberals said it didn't exist. They responded to an order paper question in Parliament that no such advertising existed. I mean, we can all see it, but they claimed it wasn't there. They also have very few email records of this because, as one email says, the details were all hammered out over the phone. So there's no records. Open and transparent. The new sunny ways. Then there's this cardboard cutout. This one came not from Beijing, but from our professional embassy staff in Washington, and it takes hero worship to a new level of embarrassment. These so-called nonpartisan diplomats should be hanging their heads in shame. They not only ordered a cardboard cutout of Justin Trudeau for their Canada Day party, they were shocking in how they wrote about it. Check out this email from Anna Gibbs, Senior Events Production Manager at the Embassy in Washington, after she spotted an image of the cardboard cutout of Trudeau. She actually wrote this. This is a grown woman. I want one for our Canada Day event. This will be as popular as a Mountie selfie. Really? All caps and multiple exclamation points? Now, in fairness, some people do raise concerns, mainly that the photo on offer from the company that makes the life-size cardboard cutout is not very prime ministerial. Not that that stopped the order at all. That first email I showed you, that was from June 20th, 2016. Now check out this one from June 21st, the very next day. Ms. Gibbs, not too happy that it's taking so long to get the approval to buy the dreamy cutout. She writes, can we please order this for July 1st? We're talking some serious selfie action. All in with rush order will be $75. As people continue to raise issues about the photo, Ms. Gibbs writes, it appears to be the same photo you mentioned. Looks oh so fine to me. Isn't that just a tad unprofessional, a tad embarrassing? Maybe not when you view your boss as the latest heartthrob, but you can bet that HR would be all over a man talking about a female executive on the corporate email in that same way. But that's not all. As Ms. Gibbs pushes for approval, one of her colleagues, Robin Rivard, chimes in with this. I 100% support this idea. I think people will get a kick out of it, and it will work really well with our Snapchat filter. This is what Canadian diplomacy in Washington has come down to now. Senior staffers swooning over the PM's dreamy looks, making inappropriate comments about said looks, and ordering cardboard cutouts to help boost the use of Snapchat filters. Welcome to 2016. Look, this project didn't cost too much to order, about $75 US, and then with rush overnight delivery and taxes, it came to $149 US. The point here isn't the cost. The point is the very unprofessional way our supposedly nonpartisan civil service is reacting. I was in the room more than a decade ago when, just before the election that put him in power, Stephen Harper tried to calm fears that if he won, he'd be super radical. Harper said that he'd have to deal with a liberal Senate, a liberal judiciary, and a liberal civil service, and people freaked out that he said that. Well, as this shows, after 10 years in power, he changed the makeup of the Senate, but definitely not the civil servants. These emails, the billboards, the cardboard cutout, the swooning, it all points to a very liberal civil service, one engaged in a creepy hero worship that has no place in our diplomatic corps. Hey, if you liked the video you just saw, make sure you never miss another Rebel video again. Just click here to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll get all our videos. You won't miss a thing. And if you really like and want to support us, you can head on over to the rebel.media and become a member to access member-only content. Don't forget, we've got our big plan on right now. You can find that at the Rebel as well.